Hey y'all, and welcome back to Supper the Family Table. I am so excited about today's video because it's a collaboration with my friend Tiffany over at Large Family Love. She has a great channel. I really think y'all should check her out if you haven't. She is so real, relatable, and shares some really great cooking, homemaking, farming content over on her channel. So if you haven't, please be sure and go check her out and subscribe to her channel. And if you are coming over from Tiffany's channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I share a lot of cooking, healthy eating, some homesteading thrown in, so be sure and stick around if you like that kind of thing, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Now come along and spend a few days on the homestead with us. Hey guys, so I am out here in the garden right now. I thought I'd bring y'all along. I'm trying to figure out, when I'm checking this corn, I'm going to try to get some tomatoes for tonight's pasta salad that I need to make. But I'm going to turn y'all around. This is our current situation going on. Here's our corn. First of all, it's really short this year for some reason. I'm not sure why. We planted it in the same place, for a while now. It usually does really well. This year it's really short and not doing the greatest. Yes, it's a little overtaken by weeds right now. It wasn't that way the whole time, so let's just ignore that. But yeah, it's not doing as well as it would normally do. I think maybe the only thing we can really figure out is it was super hot kind of in the beginning of the summer, so that might have played a part in it. Now, so it's super short. It really isn't like super ready yet. I mean, the ears are like really little. That one's kind of decent. So we were trying to kind of wait. We didn't want to pick it super little. Some of it's decent, some of it's still little. But now, well, the birds are eating it. So you can see birds, crows are starting to get it before we're really even ready to pick it. 2, you can see all the stalks on the ground. Either deer or raccoons are getting in here and getting to it. So this just started happening in a couple days. So we're really not ready to pick it, but I'm going to go through and kind of see what I can find and see if some of it's big enough to pick, because otherwise we're going to lose it all. I really don't want to do that. So yeah, we're going to kind of see what we can do about this situation. We really do eventually need a fence in this area. That would of course help with the deer. It's not going to help with the birds, but maybe tonight somebody can run out and get some balloons, because if you tie like the mylar balloons filled with helium kind of on the stalks or on the corn, and they kind of scare the birds away, so maybe that'll give us a little bit more time. All right, so I have a whole bucket full. Some of it is pretty decent. Some of it I had to the top was not full, or had the bugs or the birds that got to it, but some of it's pretty decent. I'm about halfway down this row. My bucket's full, so I'm gonna head back to the house now. But maybe we can save some of it. We're gonna get some balloons and try to buy us time on the rest of it. So there we go. Y'all, look at this. It has rained so much. We have so much water standing, and it's so wet. It's rained a lot in the past few days. Well, I was hoping I would have some more ready, but I only have 2, so I guess I'll have to put something else in the pasta salad or make something different. Our tomatoes, like some of these plants, they're looking good. We just kind of didn't get them out super early, so they're just not ready yet. There's several green ones on there, but they're just not quite ripe. So this day was a busy day out, so before we headed out, I went ahead and did all the normal animal chores and put the balloons in the corn. I put a roast on, which was just a grass-fed beef roast and our home canned banana peppers. Put that in the crock pot, let that cook all day while we were gone. We had some appointments, and then we ended up having some fun, and we went to lunch. So and then I also smashed some new potatoes and crisped those up, and we ate our roast over that. I had those in the instant pot. They cooked for 5 minutes and then stayed on warm all day, and I ended up finishing up my yogurt too, so I just incubate that in the instant pot for like 10 hours, put it in the fridge for like 4 hours and let it set, and then transfer it to jars. It's really easy. I have a whole blog post about it that I will link below in the description box. So and then we were busy working on corn, so lots of corn. We were starting to pick what corn we could save from the garden. So we worked hard on cleaning that, and then we had a little break and had some great tea. Our cousin was in
last weekend, and she brought us some really nice tea from a local place. They like grow it all themselves and dry it. So we had the passion peach tea on this day, and it was delicious. Then it was time to start supper. So Mom had a chicken cooking in the Instant Pot, well, slow cooking in the Instant Pot all day long, with water and getting broth of that and getting it really tender. And so I am putting some carrots, chunking up some carrots and putting those in the oven to kind of get started cooking. And then I'm going to work on some homemade bread. So I am making a really easy homemade bread recipe. It's just super simple. I mean, it's yeast, water, flour, a little bit of oil, and salt. But it is so easy, so soft and delicious. And then I also experimented with making an einkorn version of that because I love einkorn wheat. It's an ancient grain that hasn't been hybridized or messed with, and it is nutrient dense. So I have made other whole wheat breads and stuff, but I've never tested this particular recipe with whole wheat or einkorn, so I went ahead and did that today. And it maybe needs some adjusting, but it was still really delicious. This is also really quick bread, so you just need to mix it, in the bowl and then knead it until it comes together, not very long. Put it in a pan and just let it rise for about 1 hour or until it's doubled in size, and then you're ready to bake it. After supper, we went to sit on the porch for a while, and there was a beautiful rainbow. So a beautiful reminder of God's promise and love for us, and it was just so pretty. And then it was finally time to tackle that mess. It was a pretty big mess, but it was worth it, and we got it all cleaned up pretty quickly. So I threw the chicken back into the Instant Pot and let that slow cook all night to make some more broth.
Believe it or not, we finally got that huge mess cleaned up, but it was worth it. We had a good night with family. Now we're going to sit down and relax and watch a Hallmark Christmas movie for Christmas in July, and I'm going to make us a cup of hot chocolate.
Alright, so now I am working on pickles. So we have a lot of cucumbers coming in from the garden. We've already made one batch of pickles, but it's time to make a couple more batches. So I started out by just cutting up all my cucumbers. I just did them all sliced this day. Sometimes I do like to make spears, especially for like my dill pickles, but I just wanted to keep it simple. Did them all sliced. I did a few jars of my dill pickle recipe. This is the recipe we have been using for a while. It is so good. So you can make it as refrigerator pickles if you want to make the brine, and just, you know, put them in your jars and then you put them in the fridge. You can keep them for up to 1 year that way. So I have a batch already in my fridge, but I'm also going to make a batch, and you make it the same way, the same exact brine and recipe and everything, but you do go ahead and water bath them. And then there are shelf stable. So that's how I did this batch today, because I don't need any more in the refrigerator. The ones in the refrigerator, in my opinion, are still a little bit better. They are the best pickle, but you know, you don't have unlimited fridge space, so we'll can some as well. But yeah, just water bath those for like 15-20 minutes or so. And yeah, so they are really good. I will leave the recipe below, but if you love garlic dill pickles, they are delicious. So it's minced onion. I chopped up some garlic. Dill goes in the jar, and then you pour the brine over, which is like your vinegar, your salt, your water, and your mustard seed. Put that in, and then again, water bath them for like 15-20 minutes. Now I am going to make bread and butter pickles. So these are Dad's favorite. I personally don't like bread and butter, but they really like bread and butter, so Mom and Dad. So we do make them. And so I went ahead and put all of my cucumbers, or most of them, what I was using for the bread and butter, into a colander. And then I chopped up some onion and some garlic, put that on top, and then I'm going to cover that with ice, and then put my colander down in another bowl so that any water that comes out is caught in the bowl, and let that sit for about 3 hours. After that, make your brine, which is vinegar, sugar, the seasonings. I'll have the recipe linked below, your canning salt. Heat that, and then pour that over your pickles in your jar. and then water bath those for about 20 minutes.
I'm up here about to give the chickens a treat. They are going to be so happy because I've been canning, so there's lots of good scraps in here for them to eat. So let's give it to them. There is our chick. We hatched eggs. He's the only one who hatched out, actually. It was our first try. We raised him as a chick. And then our newest addition to the homestead, the guineas. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please go check out Tiffany's channel and her video for this collab. I'll link the video and her channel below, but she is so sweet. She shares such great content. I get so much meal inspiration from her, so be sure and go check her out, and I hope you all have a blessed day. If you're new here, I hope you'll stick around, and thank y'all so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye y'all.